Vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
We wait all pro football season for the big game. But will you come out on top? Warhorse Festival of Games is putting you at the center of the action with 2 chances to win big. Earn entries for our $100,000 prop card challenge daily at Warhorse Casino Lincoln. Enjoy slots, sports wagering, and horse racing. Then make your picks about the big game to be eligible to win. Qualifying entries will also be put in the running for your share of the $20,000 grand prize drawing. Increase your luck for the drawing by playing free online games on the Festival of Games website. Skip the trip to Vegas and get in on the big game right here at Lincoln's favorite place to play. And if that's not enough, our $1 Million Bracket Challenge for college basketball is coming soon. Full details are online at warhorsecasino.com. Warhorse Casino Lincoln, just minutes from downtown at Highway 77 and West Denton Road. Why not today? Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to Speed and Power on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Megan Walker, and joined by me tonight, we have got the one and only Harrison Arns on the board. But yeah, it's a good day. Thank you for coming on the show tonight, Harrison.
Yeah, it's quite the honor to be the guest. I've only produced the show you've been doing it for a year now? Well over
a year, yeah.
That is incredible.
This is our anniversary. This is our anniversary episode.
Yeah, shout out to us. Shout out to Layton's Pub. Shout out to everyone for making it happen.
Yeah, shout out to Don. Don, you give us the best food and the great people there, great food. We always love it. We're very blessed.
What'd you get
thank
tonight?
You guys. I got wings as always. You got wings as always too.
Yeah.
Wow, we are just so.
The wings are good. I've really grown on the They got if you like dry rub wings, the lemon pepper dry rub.
I think they have some of the best wings in Nebraska. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, which is surprising. Nebraska is not, when it comes to wings, it's hard. We got Tanner. Shout out to Tanner's. They got great wings. Obviously, Layton's Pub.
B-Dubs.
Wingstop.
Yeah, Wingstop.
Yeah, Wingstop's just like national though.
Yeah. But no, Layton's Pub has amazing food. You can't go wrong with anything on that menu.
Yep, I'm going to dive into that one tonight. And again, shout out to Layton's Pub for sponsoring the show and sponsoring for as long as they have. But you got over a long break. What were you all up to over the break on what was Snowmageddon in some parts of the country?
So when did even break start? That was like a month ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So I went home for break, which is South Dakota. Went home, hung out with family, did my training. And then my family and I took a little trip to Jamaica, had to go get some sun, get some vitamin D. And then I've been here since January 2nd or 3rd, and I've just been training. School doesn't start till the 22nd. So this is like prime time for us to just be getting good workouts in. And we've been having meets. We had a meet last weekend, and we've got another one this weekend. So just trying to hit the ground running, getting those good workouts in.
How was Jamaica?
Jamaica was phenomenal. Anyone who's contemplating going to Jamaica definitely should go. Amazing food, amazing people. It was beautiful.
What's the vibe down there? What do you all do in Jamaica? Just walk beaches? Just hang out?
So we stayed on a resort, and the resort, it was just like, it had beaches and pools. I'm more of a pool girl. I'm not going to lie. I like to get that sun. I like to have that vibe. And they had little competitions and music going on at the pool. So that was kind of what I was always up to.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jamaica. Then you get back. What was the temperature difference from Jamaica to getting back to Nebraska?
Oh my goodness.
And then how long did it take to get used to? Because you really came back at the worst time. It's been awful here in Lincoln. Anyone who's been in Lincoln or just Nebraska, anywhere in the Midwest, it's been horrible. Today is warm. I walked outside today and I thought it was kind of warm.
Okay, see, the thing about Jamaica is Jamaica can get too hot.
Okay.
So coming back to the cold, it was kind of nice. It made me appreciate the fact that we have seasons. I don't think I can leave the Midwest because I need wintertime. But yeah, Nebraska's really just killing it right now with the cold weather.
Yeah, it's been an absolute nightmare. How's your car driving this weather?
My car is fantastic. My roommate had a little accident the other day. Her car got hit, so
was
I'm
it
very
her
blessed.
fault? Or?
No, it was not her fault. The roads are so icy,
Yeah.
People are just sliding and swerving everywhere.
So she's good though. Someone slid into her.
No, someone slid into her, and I was right behind him, so I just watched the whole thing happen.
That's tough. I always, if that happens to you, it's just tough. Why I recommend you just blare your horn if you're sliding through that stoplight.
I will remember to do that next time I'm sliding through somewhere.
It helps a lot. I mean, if you're coming through a stoplight and you can't stop, it's probably good to lay on your horn. Just let people know, I'm coming.
hands are supposed to be at 10 and 2. You can't like, which hand are you going to take off to blare the horn though? See, that's not safe.
Is that a real rule that if you're not 10 and 2?
I don't know. I just like, that's what my dad always told me.
Were you driver's ed, or were you, let me get my 40 hours of driving with my parents' signature?
Driver's ed. Wait, no, neither.
Wait, how can you drive?
So in South Dakota, you can get like a permit at 14, but you have to drive with an adult all the time. Otherwise, when you're 16, you can take a driving test and then you get your permit. So when I was 16, I took a driving test. I failed it. I could come back in so many days or like months, and then I retook it. And so, yeah, but I'm actually a phenomenal driver. I'm not going to lie.
You failed your first one?
That was because of like this questions. It's like when a motorcyclist is like turning left, which arm does he raise? And I got it wrong.
Probably the left arm, right?
If he's turning right, yeah, it's the left arm.
Okay, yeah.
And it was like, how many seconds are you incapacitated when you sneeze while driving?
That's a real question.
That's a real question. It's like 45.
So what are you supposed to do if you know the information, not sneeze?
I don't know. But
Okay,
yeah,
that's a weird one.
driving test, man. I just can't do it.
Yeah, always has me curious from state to state. But nonetheless, okay, so you get back, you're in Nebraska, it's freezing, but you don't mind it too much because you got a little tired of the heat. Then you're getting back into training. What is the conditioning? How is everything getting back into competitive shape?
Okay, so I was in a boot right before Christmas break, which was perfect timing because during Christmas break, you're just like kind of relaxing. You're not working out with your team. So that was a good time for me just to rejuvenate and be off for a little bit because with a boot, you can only do so much. And so I trained with stuff that I could do while in a boot. So I did a lot of biking. I did some lifting, but like single leg and whatnot. Come back. I have to wait a week to get the boot like off and be coming back to like full training. So that happened. And now it's kind of like you're living the pro life. Like you literally don't do anything all day, but you just train and eat.
Do you like that?
I love it. Like, I wish I was an NFL player. Like, you just go to workouts, you go hang out with your team, and then you just go home. It's literally perfect.
Yeah, it would be a nice lifestyle. So with school starting up, is that giving you stress at all? The
We're not going to worry
anxiety
about
of
that.
school?
Me, I personally don't like to stress about things. I'll just
Okay.
let it happen, and then I'm just going to deal with it when it happens.
So how much free time do you actually get when, say, we get to outdoor season and you're a full-time student? How much free time are you actually getting?
So, in outdoor season, we're traveling every weekend. With indoor season, we have home meets that are hosted at Nebraska, so it's an easier schedule. But with outdoor season, you'll usually leave on a Thursday or Friday, possibly even a Wednesday. So it's a lot harder to manage all of your schoolwork. So me, I'll take a lighter load of classes. I think I'm going to take like 14, 15 credits.
Just enough to be full-time, right? I think full-time, what is full-time? 14?
14, yeah.
14?
So yeah, just a little bit under what I'd normally take out of season.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you really have to work on time management and making sure that you're getting everything done and that you're communicating with your teachers because during season, it's horrible to try and do everything because you're leaving all the time. There's tests, there's assignments that need to be handed in, there's group projects. And so you really have to be like putting your foot out there and communicating with what's happening, what you're doing. Because that's the one mistake a lot of athletes make. And
Communication part?
Communication with your professors is the biggest key.
Does that happen a lot where, like, say you got a test and you got an event that day that's not well known? Like, you need to be able to, as a student, take that upon yourself to communicate that?
Well, it's not a football game. Like, not the entire University of Nebraska knows that, like, there's a football game today. Like, with track, like, you have to, like, let your professor know, like, hey, there's a meet this day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm competing on this day. Can I take my test before or after? So you really have to be that person that makes a difference in that situation because they're not just going to, like, no, you know?
How was the learning curve for you in that situation?
Freshman year, I was very blessed with having older people that were helping me through it. Like, I had one of my teammates, her name is Carly. She's been on the show. She
I
was
was going to say, shout
very
out Carly.
helpful. Yeah, shout out Carly. She, because I would room with her all the time and she was always doing her homework. So that would be like a good encouragement for me to do my homework. And she was always like, make sure you reach out and make sure you're getting it done because otherwise you're not going to be able to compete. And we've had people that aren't able to compete. And so you see that and you're like, oh, I don't want that to be me.
Is that a GPA thing in terms of competing? Or is that just like if a teacher says you did X, Y, and Z, the coach will have the option not to let you compete?
So if you have, I think it's like a D or a D minus, you can't compete at all. If any of your class grades are like a D minus or a D.
Is that all across Husker athletics?
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That sounds about right then.
Yeah, you don't want to have that happen.
Have you ever been close?
No.
Okay. Good.
No,
Good for
never,
you.
never, ever. Oh my goodness.
So
Shouldn't
when
even
you
ask
got
that.
to college, did you think college classes were easier than your high school classes?
See, I lived through like COVID. So I had online classes during COVID, and I thought that was the easiest time of my life.
You got down here in
I got down here no, not last year, like 2 years
2020?
ago, 2022. I
Okay,
came to
so yeah,
college.
coming right after COVID.
Yeah,
And we're still kind of in that COVID period.
kind of. But like online with college, it's way different because it's more on you. Like you're going to have one assignment maybe that week. You got to make sure you just do it. But like during high school and COVID, it was just like the teacher was constantly like checking in, like, hey, you have to do this assignment. But the easy thing was it was online. So yeah. It was
Are you
pretty
more
chill.
online or in person?
I appreciate online.
You do.
hmm
If you had the option to go all online, would you?
I think all athletes would prefer to go online.
It makes more sense for you guys
hmm
because, like you said, you're traveling. The last thing I'd want to do after traveling, see, you go to Rutgers for a track event all the way to the East Coast. I'd hate to come back and have to do a test.
Yeah, I know.
If you could just do it online or do your homework online, what's the one spot you do your homework when you're on the road? Do you wait? You get to the hotel room? Do you do it all before you even leave?
I try to do airport. You just like want to hang out with your teammates while you're at the hotel. Like you're either going to be playing games, just like talking, hanging out. I'm big on like, I need to just relax before I'm going to compete. I can't be doing homework. Like one of my teammates, she was taking this huge exam right like an hour before we were going to leave to go to like the track meet. I was like, I can't do that. Like just everyone's so different. Everyone's so unique on how they lock in for competition. So yeah, but we just had a meet last weekend. It went really well. We had Henry Zimmerman made a school record already, so that's fantastic for this early in the season.
What was he running?
He threw
Henry Zimmerman?
Henry Zimmerman.
Okay, let me look that up here. Was it indoor or just overall record?
Indoor school record.
So that was the first one of the year, right?
Yeah.
Are people, okay, give me the case on Zimmerman. Are people were anticipating this? Pretty big things from him?
He's a great athlete. I expected this. This man has been training. I think he really locked in after last season. He really put it down with what he's eating, his training. But like you look at that man, he is jacked. He's swole. He's doing everything right. He's very disciplined. So like I expected nothing less from him.
Yeah, he threw 22.40 meters on his second attempt to take the #1 spot in the record book before topping that in his final try with a 73.06 or 22.42 meters. Holy smokes. Okay, so shout out to him. Are there any other groups on the track team, guys or girls, that are really, really strong that you're like, maybe you should pay attention to this group?
I'm going to say the whole entire track team is like, you better watch out for them this whole entire season. Like we've got a lot of strong people. We've got a lot of big things coming this year. Our men's 4x4 is already like third in the Big Ten, I think right now, or like nationwide. But it's early in the season. There's a lot to come. So
yeah. So what are your goals this season? The guys, they were able to win the Big Ten championship outdoors. That was a good progress, good foundational step you'd want to call it because you expect more in the future. What are the goals for you individually then for the girls?
For me individually, I want to make top 8 finishers for indoor in the 400. Hoping to get into like 54s, 53s for indoor. And then for outdoor, we're hoping to finish top 8 for 400 and just be a good teammate and be a good team leader, I think, this year. And we really want our women to win because we were expected to win last year. We were like top 3 and then it just didn't go as the way we wanted.
Yeah, for a while there was both. It was like every single week you'd see during the outdoor season, you'd see the guys and the girls continue to climb up the AP top 25. So hopefully it's a lot similar to this year. When it comes to your times, what are you looking for times? Like what is a good time goal for you on the 100 and 200? Because you still do 200, right?
I haven't been running yet, but I'm running a 4x4 this weekend because my foot is like, I'm still getting back into it. I don't run the 100, 200, like 23s. I'm trying to focus more on like the 4 this year.
Okay. So what's a good 4 goal for you?
So this season, 53, low 54.
Okay. And
but
that's
like 53, like that's,
and that's
my
in
goal.
a relay or just a single 400?
Just a single 400.
Okay. That's a pretty damn good goal.
Yeah.
How are you feeling confident level reaching that goal?
I feel more confident this season than I did last year. I don't know if it's the fact that I went through freshman year or if it's the fact that I've really been locking in on my training. I've been very confident in my coaches and just like trusting them. I feel like that's something I struggled with last year is there was always like this doubt, like, oh, this isn't working or stuff like that. But this year I'm really just like, I trust you with what you're giving me. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to give it my all. And I feel like I still haven't given it my all. I haven't gotten to that point where I've wanted to throw up after a workout. That's my goal this season is I want to throw up after a workout.
That's a unique goal to have.
I know, but then that means that you're putting your body to that point where you can't go anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, see, like all my teammates are like throwing up afterwards. I'm like, I wish I was you.
So what do you do when you hit a plateau? Because when you get to Power 5 collegiate track,
Mhm.
you're obviously getting to the best of the best, and plateaus are going to be more frequent because you're shaving milliseconds. So when you get to that first plateau, how do you tackle those when you're just stagnant on a time that no matter how much training you can't fix that time?
The thing about track is there's always plateaus. Like
Mhm.
you have to understand there's going to be that plateau until you get to that peak moment. That's how track is. Your coaches are going to train you to have a plateau until you get to that one moment where you're just going to shoot off and drop maybe like 2 seconds off your PR. That's the biggest thing about track is just trusting the process. It's not like football. It's not like volleyball. It's a real thing where you just have to be patient and wait, which is so horrible, but it's the beauty of it. Like that's the most beautiful part when you get to PR because
Mhm.
it's such an individual sport. So it's like I worked for that. I got this.
When was that moment for you where you were plateauing what felt like for an eternity, and then you break out a PR?
Oh, I think it was in high school when I was a junior and I had won like the 400 state champion and I just felt like I was on top of the world. I had been training just constantly, been around the same times, and then I finally just dropped a whole bunch. And like that happens in your career. Like that's what I'm hoping to happen again in college. I'm hoping to
Mhm.
happen this season and next season.
Was there anything different before that meet that you can think of, or it just happened?
See, I do the same habit every meet. I'm not gonna like be switching stuff up. Like I'm gonna eat the same thing. I'm gonna go to bed at the same time. I'm gonna read the same stuff. I'm gonna think the same stuff. So like nothing's different. It's just like my body was ready to take that step. You know.
Yeah. And let's hope it continues to go that way in this season. What are you most excited about as the season? As you got your first indoor one under the belt here, you're about to be able to start running, competing. So what are you really looking forward to that's got you most excited in your sophomore season?
I love my team. We have new people added to my team, so that of course makes it even better. But I'm just excited with my new mindset going into this season. I've definitely like gained more confidence as an athlete because when you're a freshman, everything's new. You're experiencing different things. You're seeing so much that you never experienced in high school. So now I kind of have that under my belt and I feel like I'm ready to go out there. I'm ready to have that strong mindset. I'm ready to have that just courage to go and run my race and run for Nebraska.
Any fears heading into the season? Things that you don't really like to think about?
There's always fears, Harrison. They're going to be left and right. Like, duh, I'm going to be worried about injuries. I'm going to be worried about performance. Like, you're always going to have that, like, oh crap, am I going to be able to do this type stuff? Like, this is going to be my first meet this next weekend. Like, of course I'm nervous, but you got to just put those away and, like, remember, like, I've been training for this. I'm ready to do this. This is my job right now is to be a D1 athlete at Nebraska.
Yeah, that's one thing I can never shake. I only did even at the high school level. The anxiety before the gun shot off, I could never get rid of it. I always had that in my feeling. Obviously once you start running, it goes away. But before the gun went off, always had like so much anxiety running through me. What do you like before? Do you like take a little bit to feel better? Does it just take a few meets for you, or do you always kind of have that anxious feeling before you start running?
I think if you're not anxious, if you're not nervous, that means you don't care enough. I always freak out before my races, but in a healthy way. At our inter squad meet, that was the first meet I competed in this season, technically. I was like, I'm just going to relax a little bit. Of course, I was nervous, but I just wanted to recognize, like, this is how I feel. Why am I feeling this way? It's because I care about what I'm doing. But so Axelina, one of our very talented athletes, she used to get such bad, like, competition anxiety that she would throw up every time.
She's the one from, it starts with an S.
Not Switzerland.
No.
Not Sweden.
Not Sweden. Nope.
No.
Slovakia?
No.
No. We're going to figure it out.
We're going to figure this
I'm
out.
not going to look it up. 402-464-5685. You can remember, I'll give you some free Stars tickets to Stars voucher tickets. So you can just go ahead and pick the game. Oh, man. I'm at Estonia.
No, that's Johanna.
Dang. Okay, you're right.
I'm pretty sure it's okay. I feel really bad that I can't remember this. There's just so many people from different places.
It might be. That's a
It might
great
be
thing.
sweet.
Hopefully
No,
they
it's
can
not.
figure out the NIL thing for those foreign athletes, because that is one thing that continues to be a persisting problem. But with that being said, we're going to see if we can remember the country that she's from here. And if you can go ahead and pick it out. If you remember from any of those old Speed and Power shows, feel free to shoot a text 402-464-5685. But we'll throw the break here on Speed and Power. Host as always, we got Megan Walker to my left. I'm Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. Don't go anywhere. We'll talk to you guys on the other side.
New flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor at just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
We wait all pro football season for the big game. But will you come out on top? Warhorse Festival of Games is putting you at the center of the action with 2 chances to win big. Earn entries for our $100,000 prop card challenge daily at Warhorse Casino Lincoln. Enjoy slots, sports wagering, and horse racing. Then make your picks about the big game to be eligible to win. Qualifying entries will also be put in the running for your share of the $20,000 grand prize drawing. Increase your luck for the drawing by playing free online games on the Festival of Games website. Skip the trip to Vegas and get in on the big game right here at Lincoln's favorite place to play. And if that's not enough, our $1 million bracket challenge for college basketball is coming soon. Full details are online at warhorsecasino.com. Warhorse Casino Lincoln, just minutes from downtown at Highway 77 and West Denton Road. Why not today? Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
As the chief buffet officer here at Pizza Ranch, I get all kinds of buffet questions. Here's one from Cole.
Is there a real cactus in your cactus bread?
Great question, Cole. No, there is no cactus in our cactus bread, just sweet cinnamony streusel. It's on our buffet every day, along with pizza, chicken, ice cream, and all your other favorites. Even better, at least for your parents, kids eat free on Tuesday nights. And don't worry, Cole, there's no coal in our coleslaw either.
Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we'd like to say thank you for a record-setting 2023. So let's start off 2024 with the bang. They've got huge trade-in bonuses and finance bonusing happening right now on our new inventory at Koppel. Get up to $8,500 off select new models at Koppel. So if you're shopping for a new GM product, go to our website at koppelcars.com. You won't believe the discounts. Make that short money-saving drive down 144th Street. You'll be glad you did. Must have trade and finance with roof credit. Stock number G2076684.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. The host, as always, Megan Walker to my left. And again, if you guys ever want to join the show, Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. Streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo channel 961. Great way to put a face to the voice. But over the break, we were talking about some sports. And Megan Walker, I want to ask you a highly debated question. To you, what is the most impressive sport to play in a sport that if you want to be the best, you want to play in a pro league someday, it's going to have the hardest learning curve?
Learning curve, elaborate on that.
So when I watch a great basketball player,
Mhm.
they're super good at dribbling the ball. It's really easy to tell. And if you watch someone who's just playing the game of basketball, they can barely go through the legs. It's incredibly hard for them to have any sort of coordination to dribble the basketball. A bad basketball player can have really good ball handling skills compared to someone who just picked it up. So to me, that the basketball has a pretty high learning curve, because if you're not used to, it's kind of the same thing as soccer.
Mhm.
Like if you never played soccer, doing elementary soccer dribbling moves seem nearly impossible. So soccer to me kind of has that same learning curve, a lot of feel and touch. So that's kind of what I mean by it. When it comes to fighting, there's a learning curve, but you can also just be really, really good.
Mhm.
And if you're powerful and strong enough, you might not have as big a learning curve. Some of the other things like football, same thing. If you're an offensive lineman and you're just really, really big and strong, that learning curve might be a little shorter for you. So which sport to you are some of the most respected out there, just in terms of the skill needed to play the sport?
Isn't like golf like really hard? I'd
Golf
probably
is
say
one of
golf.
them.
I wouldn't say like track at all, because track is just like, that's just talent right there. Hard
Yeah.
work. Football, I would be like, it depends on the position, honestly.
Yeah, football's tough because quarterback is very
Mhm.
obviously an incredibly difficult position.
Yeah. But like kicker, like that's kind of like you're good at it or you're not, type stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'd probably say like golf, because that's very technical.
Yeah.
Or hurdling. I would say hurdling maybe.
Yeah. What is the key to hurdling? Like, how do people shave off times there? Is it just like minimizing your air time?
Well, it's going to be like your speed work, and then it's going to be, so our hurdlers do hurdle drills like 3 times a week. Like you just have to keep doing that repetition. Even though you might not be hurdling, you still got to keep doing that. You got to keep working on your trail leg. You got to keep working on all those movements.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot tell you how to shave time in that. I think it's just speed that you have to shave off.
Do you ever want to do hurdles?
I did hurdles. I've done like I've high jumped, I've long jumped.
What's the one
I've
that
done
got
it
away
all.
from you? The one that you're like, you know what? I probably could have dominated.
I wish I was still high jumping.
That's the
I
one.
loved high jumping so much.
What's the average high jumper height for Power 5 women's?
Okay, so Jenna Rogers, shout out to Jenna Rogers. She just jumped 6'2" school record, or 6'3". I think it was 6'2".
Okay.
But she just, no, it wasn't a school record. It was a PR for her. But shout out to her. That girl is just insane with what she does. But yeah, I don't think I could jump that high. I think the highest I got was like 5'4". So,
5'4"?
yeah, I'm not even gonna say I could.
If
be
you
in
want
that
a
league.
medal, say at a Big Ten event, what would you have to get?
Ooh, like 6 foot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm nowhere close to that.
But you think that's the one that if you practice, you think you get to over 6 foot?
I like to think so, but I don't think I would. Or I ran the 800 in high school. I probably could have done that. I still probably could do that.
Yeah, you could always add the 800.
My coach just doesn't give me a chance. Shout out to Brenton Emanuel.
Would you want to run the 800?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, put me in, sign me up. I will run the mile. I'll do anything. I'll do throws. Like, I love to try something new.
Wow, I've never heard. Okay, you would do the mile.
I would totally do the mile.
Have you done long distance?
So over the summer, my training was like 2-3 miles. Was it pretty? No. Would I do it? Yeah.
Okay, what was your mile split?
Well, I don't know. I don't remember. That was in the past. But
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, if I run it, I'll let you know.
Okay, what about a throwing event? What's your best chance there for a medal?
I'm not medaling. I'm just like a participant, you know? But no, I think if you find something you really love and you put in a lot of work, what is it? The saying? Hard work over talent?
Yeah, hard work beats talent.
Yeah, which I think is true in some certain like circumstances, but not true in others. It really depends on the people.
Yeah, I mean that's why they have weight classes in fighting. Like
Exactly.
even if you're, worked way harder, the 300 pounder is probably gonna
Mhm.
make light work of the 140 pounder.
Like if Nash wanted to wrestle me, I could not. Like, I would not win that.
What were your thoughts on the pin from the polar bear?
Dude,
For
I
his
just thought
first
it was
thing
so
versus
amazing.
Wyoming?
So he's from South Dakota.
Yep.
And so I always knew he was a big wrestler. And so I was kind of, when he committed to Nebraska just to do football, my dad was kind of like, oh, he's going to miss wrestling because he's a really good wrestler.
Yeah, he was undefeated. I didn't
Yeah.
realize like it was like 140 something to
Mhm.
0.
But the fact that it just came up out of nowhere, like it was just like, hey, Nash Hutmacher is going to be wrestling now. I think that made it so much more special.
Oh yeah,
Because like there was no build up. It just happened and that man went out there and he dominated.
that was the best part. Is like like you said, he dominated.
Mhm.
Like
Of
that
course he
Wyoming
should.
guy, I felt bad.
I know.
The
And like
pop he got.
the fact that like Nash didn't come to college for wrestling.
Yeah.
Like all these other dudes are. And I'm like, dang.
He's like, yeah, let me just, you know what? I want to do this. Coach Manning, let me get there. Yeah, I'll drop 45 pounds. Yeah, let me just drop that weight real quick.
That's crazy.
And then not only does it do it, he does it. He looks like he's in great shape. And then he gets the pin against
Mhm.
Wyoming. So shout out to him. Have you been to a wrestling event yet?
I haven't. I really need to go to one.
Okay,
That's
what's
one
your
thing I need to.
favorite event to go to?
Ooh, okay. There's something special about a football game.
Yes.
100%. What is another sport? Volleyball, of course, special. I love the basketball vibes.
PBA?
I love it.
Mhm.
It's just something like crazy, you know? It's just like everyone's loud, everyone's cheering, everyone's in it, but it's packed. That's the one, you know?
Yeah, I definitely think when you look at the Vault 2, arguably the best building in terms of Big Ten for basketball. Like this Indiana, yeah, they got history in the building. There's some cool
Mhm.
ones, but if you're just looking like for the best, like what money can get you, Nebraska basketball, what they have in the Vault is definitely that one. What about Stars games?
I went to one Stars game. Well, I went to 2. It was a different vibe. Okay. My biggest concern is that a hockey puck was going to hit me the entire time. So I was kind of stressing out during the game. But other than that, like very talented people.
Mhm.
It's a lot of fun to watch. It's a good environment too.
Yeah, that's always one of my favorites. Not only because it's pretty inexpensive to go ahead and watch it, but it's some real talent out there. Occasionally, you see some future NHL guys out there. What's one event that you got to make an effort to get to more that you really feel like you're missing out on? Because I felt bad for soccer. I got to go see the soccer girls play.
I went to soccer games last year, but it was just too cold for me this year.
It did get pretty.
Or it was
brutal.
raining.
Mhm.
It was either raining or it was too cold. Like, but I love soccer games. Like those girls do a great job. Shout out to the girls soccer team.
Didn't you have a background in soccer?
No, everyone thinks I look like a soccer player though. So
I could have sworn at one point in time.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, but I didn't. They didn't. No, my parents never let me do soccer. I guess
Okay, so what all sports did you do growing up? Obviously track and field. What were the others?
basketball, volleyball.
Basketball, volleyball.
Mhm.
And then I know you liked basketball. Was there any thoughts going college for that?
I wanted to go college for volleyball. I was getting recruited sophomore year to Hawaii. So I was like, I'm ready for this. But you know, Hawaii, it's like everyone gets that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I always wonder like what would have happened or if I would have dual sported. I feel like I totally would have been that person that would have like dual sported. But here I am just running track. It's always good to
Even
focus.
Being a college athlete now, you still think you would be a dual athlete?
Yeah. I wish I honestly was. I feel like I love being busy.
Mhm.
So I'd love to have like, oh, this is my sport this season. This is my sport the other season. But the thing about track is such a different shape than any other sport. Like we have a ton of football players that just came in for track and I had to work out with one of them the other day. And bless this poor boy's heart. He had to do the exact same workout, the exact same time with me. And I was just like, oh my gosh.
And he's just getting into it?
He's just getting into it. And this man, my coaches were telling him like, hey, don't let Megan beat you. I was like, this would kill me. This would kill me. But no, like it's a different shape you got to be in. Like just because you play football doesn't mean you're in track shape.
Yeah.
So like all these boys are going through like track training and they're like, dang, like we were in the pool the other day and they're like, this is horrible. I was like, I feel like football practice would be horrible. But yeah, it's just a different league, you know?
Yeah. They all kind of got their unfortunate scenarios. If you're a football player, depending on what position you play, the shoot sucks. Like there's just certain things that you don't want to do. So kind of on that same note, on the sports we respect the most, which sport has the worst practices?
Oh, what is it? I'd say swimming or gymnastics. I always just hear
Gymnastics. That
Yeah.
surprises me. What would their workouts be? I suppose they need a lot of upper body strength.
Well, they be doing like cardio all the
Yeah.
time. And then my friends from on the gymnastics team will be like, "Oh yeah, like I threw my shoulder out." I'll be like, "I didn't throw my shoulder out." Like they just have so much like, "Oh, they fell off the bar." Like there's just so many other factors.
Mhm.
And I bet like football practice is horrible too. And-
Yeah,
yeah.
there's always just like minor injuries. You
Mhm.
hope it's nothing ever extreme, but
Yeah. But I feel like every sport has their unique factors of it, you know?
Mhm. What's the worst injury you've ever had?
Worst injury, like from a sport?
Or anything that like really debilitated you.
I'd say my concussion or this foot thing. I've never been like in a foot
First boot?
injury. First boot. First injury from sport, honestly.
That's a pretty good run. But I suppose track, you're really not too worried about injuries.
Yeah,
Other
but like
than shin splints
you
and
always
stuff
have
like
like
that.
shin splints, foot issues. Darius Luff, who's a really good runner for us, he has the same foot issue going on. I think we got like 17 people in boots. Not really, but like we got a lot of people out right now. But it's just small stuff, you know. Track is just so
Yeah. Speaking of small stuff, shin splints. What is? I don't even know what shin splints are. I was fortunate enough not to have to deal with them, but when my track in high school, that always came up a lot. What are your shin splints?
Okay. I hope I never have to experience this.
Okay,
knock
so you
on
don't
wood.
experience them
I
either.
don't experience them. I've heard that they're a mindset thing, which may or may not be true.
Whoa.
But like I've heard that it's like this thing that you think about that like it's going on, which I could totally be wrong. And I'm sorry if I offend the people that have shin splints, but it's just like all the force on your shins and it just causes them to like have pain and you can't do anything to get rid of them. Like you can ice, but that's not gonna like take it away.
Oh, so if you have shin splints, they're not going away
They're not going away. Like there's no healing for shin splints.
unless you believe it's a mental thing.
Yeah. But I think with shin splints, the best thing to do is just not run, not put force on your feet.
Mhm.
Which if you're a track athlete, you can't just not do nothing, you know?
Yeah, that's always a tough one because we had that same thing. Players or athletes, they'd have shin splints. They wouldn't do their running events. Coaches would be upset.
Mhm.
Kind of same thing, saying it's in your head. That's always a tough one to figure out. When it does come to track, stretching's always a big part of it. And we'll answer this one quick before we go to break. When it comes to stretching, I learned something incredible on Fitness Fanatics about what overstretching can do. Now that can actually have some really negative effects. So when you're getting ready for your events, how much time are you actually putting into stretching?
So we all have a workout like warm up routine we're gonna do that's gonna start by just running a little bit, and then you're gonna do your like sitting down stretching, and then dynamic stretching. That's the biggest part of what you're gonna do of your warm up. That's what's gonna get your muscles ready. But I don't even think like I'm gonna do less than 10 minutes of like sitting down, like stretching, like touching my toes, all that kind of stuff. But the dynamics, that's what's important. That's what's gonna get like your body ready. So yeah, I've never I've never overstretched, I hope, and I hope that doesn't happen.
It's a weird thing that it even happens.
Yeah,
Like,
I kind of wish you didn't tell me about that because I'm
it makes
nervous about
sense.
it.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess it happens a lot like after races.
Yeah.
Like people feel like they're really tight. And shout out to Dr. Adams from Spine and Sports Chiropractic. He came up here and he was talking about, it's after those events, everything's warm, everything's really loose already. You just ran a mile on it. And here you are just continuing to like really push and pull on those muscle tendons when, like you said, they just need rest.
Mhm.
Like they're worn out. That's why you're feeling pain. They don't need to be stretched out even further. So just something to think about if you are, especially with New Year's resolutions going on. If you're pushing your body, make sure to stretch, don't overdo it, and just give yourself proper rest. With that being said, though, we'll go ahead and throw out the break here. This is Speed and Power. I'm Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. Host as always, Megan Walker to my left. Don't go anywhere. We got one more segment on the other side.
When it comes to joining the Nebraska Army National Guard, you've heard it all before. College, healthcare, signing bonus. But joining is so much more than that. It's setting yourself up for a new and better chapter of your life. I'm Staff Sergeant Paul White, and because of the Nebraska Army National Guard, I'm in control of my career. And when the workday ends, I get to come home to my family. Write your next chapter by joining the Nebraska Army National Guard. For more information, schedule a meeting with me, Staff Sergeant Paul White at nationalguard.com.
You can get diesel anywhere, but what about atomic diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel. Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn to ride a motorcycle, how to start a small business, how to dance, or take a course to advance in your current career path. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
24/7 threat monitoring, expert tech support, streamlined communications. Allo has a solution for that. Protect your business with Allo Business. Comprehensive firewall security, Microsoft Teams voice-integrated communications, cybersecurity and IT support managed by experts. From productivity to peace of mind, Allo has a solution for that. Allo means business. Protect your business by visiting allofiber.com/business.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
If your home heating system is making strange noises or just doesn't work like it should, call your friends at Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Sign up for Bryant's exclusive ESP service protection plan. You'll get twice annual complete and thorough service on all brands, and you'll never pay overtime charges on evenings, weekends, or holidays. Schedule your heating check today and ask about Bryant's ESP plan to save money. Call 467-1111 or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Today's agenda includes office meetings this morning, followed by a client lunch, then back to the office for another meeting, and ending the day with a presentation at a client's office. When you are on the go, you need an office phone that goes with you. At Hamilton, our business phone systems make it easy to sync your office phone features to your cell phone for quick and seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you need better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
When it comes to joining the Nebraska Army National Guard, you've heard it all before. College, healthcare, signing bonus. But joining is so much more than that. It's setting yourself up for a new and better chapter of your life. I'm Staff Sergeant Paul White, and because of the Nebraska Army National Guard, I'm in control of my career. And when the workday ends, I get to come home to my family. Write your next chapter by joining the Nebraska Army National Guard. For more information, schedule a meeting with me, Staff Sergeant Paul White at nationalguard.com.
You can get diesel anywhere, but what about Atomic Diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel. Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of Speed and Power here on Ticket Weeknights, but don't go anywhere. We have What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington up next. The host as always, and he will go from 9 to 10, and that will cap off our Ticket Weeknights here at the 1040 Ticket Studios. But switch things up. This is typically the rapid fire segment. I will ask Megan Walker the questions. Since typically she always asks everyone else the questions, and you refuse to answer them when they're fired back at you. So this will be good to go ahead and get these out of the way. I got to try to remember all the questions you typically ask. Okay, first question. You got 3 items of food in your fridge. What are those 3 items?
Okay, to be smart, it's going to be chicken, yogurt, and chocolate. Like dark chocolate, like cocoa.
Okay, so like a permanent health kick is what you're describing. Yogurt, healthy chocolate, and chicken.
Probably.
Those 3 things.
3 things.
Okay.
I don't like
water.
this. I want to think about this more.
Isn't one supposed to be a drink?
I think there's just water in the fridge. I think we clarified that with somebody.
Oh, you get the water dispenser fridge?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Island, same thing. You get 3 items to bring to that island to survive for as long as you possibly can. No Wi-Fi. If you got a phone, no service. Don't bring a boat.
I don't like getting asked these questions. Okay, I'm gonna bring my mom. Sorry, Dad. So my mom. Oh, one of those little lighter things. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you bring a lighter.
Yeah, I'm like a big lighter, like a heavy duty one.
Okay, heavy duty lighter.
Probably like a lantern, so I can see at nighttime.
Okay, what are you gonna use?
Headlamp.
Okay.
2 headlamps, one for my mom and one for me.
Well, so you got a headlamp, you got your mom, and you got a lighter.
Yeah.
You can't bring 2 headlamps.
Okay, 1 headlamp, lighter, mom.
Who gets the headlamp?
Whoever doesn't have the lighter.
Okay, fair enough. Next question here. Trying to think of all these questions you normally ask. Okay, yeah, here's a good one. What is your favorite song or musician?
My favorite musician right now. Ooh, I don't even know. Let's see what's playing on my playlist right now.
Yeah, what is some of the recent songs that if I was in Megan Walker's car, I would probably hear this one playing?
Oh, I like Blair rap music. So like Big X Plug, like that's what I'm jamming to these days.
Okay.
I'm big on like the heavy duty, like you can hear my car next to you.
You hear the bass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. DDG. What else? Kind of depends what kind of vibe I'm in. I was listening to, what was I listening to on the way here?
Yeah, give me
a lot of King Von on the way here.
King Von. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I don't think
Kevin
I'm that
Gates.
Old. Kevin Gates. Yeah, I like Kevin Gates.
I'll put you on.
Yeah.
Huncho. Yeah, all that good
So
stuff.
do you got a favorite Favorite rap artist?
Like if I was to meet one,
Yeah, like, well, yeah, you can put it that way. If you were to meet one, hands down, this is the one you'd want to meet.
probably like Gunna.
Gunna? Okay.
Yeah, I would just like.
What's his favorite? Your favorite song of his?
I can't say it.
Okay,
I
good.
can't say it,
Trick
but yeah.
question.
Next question.
Okay, how many owls would you have to see in a day before you panic?
What
One
a
at a
good
time.
question. What a good question. I think I would have to see at least 4, and then I'm gonna be like, wow, what is going on here?
Fourth owl?
4th owl. But
Okay.
I don't think anyone would care. I'd be like, I've seen 4 owls today, and they'd be like, I don't care, So it'd have to be like 10 for them to be like, oh, I care.
4 for you to care, 10 for the masses to care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I put mine right at 7. Okay. Favorite movie all time?
I don't like these questions. My favorite movie right now at this moment would have to be Inside Out.
Inside Out. Is that the horror?
No, it's the Disney movie
Okay.
about the
No,
emotions.
okay, no, definitely not. I'm thinking of Lights Out, maybe. I don't know. What's another one you normally ask here? I'm taking your role here. Favorite book. Here we go.
Favorite book?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't say my favorite book's title though. Okay.
Why can't you say the title?
I just can't. I'll tell you off air.
Okay,
But,
fair enough.
Good book that I recommend: Atomic Habits and 48 Laws of Power. Those are probably my 2 like books I would recommend, and they're some of my favorites.
48 Laws of Power.
48 Laws of Power.
What's that one
Good
about?
book. It's about power, but like at the beginning of the book, it gives you like this warning, like, hey, if you're gonna read this book for like negative, like to just gain power from people, don't read it.
Okay.
So you really just have to be careful with what you're reading. That book messed me up. I'm not gonna lie.
Deep book.
Deep book.
Okay.
Deep book.
Looking to cut to the heartstrings. That's the
Yes.
book. Okay. Final question on the way out. Megan Walker, you have the opportunity to talk to yourself at 10 years old. What are you telling her?
I don't like these questions. What would I tell her? Can I have a new question?
Okay, Megan Walker, you're meeting yourself and you're 13 years old. What are you telling her?
Oh my goodness. Trust the process. Trust no one. No, I'm just playing.
Whoa.
Love. Okay. Embrace everyone that's around you. Love your family. Like, love people. Just love people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's going to wrap
Yes.
it up for us. This has been Speed and Power. Shout out to Megan Walker. Host as always to my left. And that was me filling in. We will have the normal routine scheduled guest next week. And don't go anywhere. We got What's Brewing with Chance of Brewington up next. And that will wrap up the Ticket Weeknights. Talk to you guys in a little bit. Appreciate you listening.